Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, welcome. My name is Jordie James, and thank you so much for joining me for the next 15 minutes. I have been a little bit amazingly busy over the last week. I was at our beautiful Mind, Body and Spirit Festival in Melbourne on the weekend. It's the first festival, big festival back for me since last year, since the beautiful universal hibernation happened. And it was so nice to see all the beautiful clients that I had online throughout the last couple of years to face and give them a massive hug and really connect on a beautiful soul level. And it was really interesting for me because being not in festivals and not being around a lot of people in the industry, it was quite interesting to notice how I am so much more aware, so much more connected. My sensitivity has gone through the roof over the last 12 months to 2 years. But the best thing about it was the connections, the beautiful connections, and how sometimes we forget just to sit back and listen and sit back and just do the stuff for ourselves. And I met some beautiful people, some beautiful contacts, and I can't wait for what's lying ahead over the next 6 months of the rest of the year. I know we are going into the winter solstice over here, which will be summer solstice over there for you beautiful people in the Northern Hemisphere. And I am truly blessed to know that with winter hibernation, we are bitter cold at the moment. We are so cold, it's crazy. But I know this winter for me, it's going to be head down, bum up. I'm going to be doing a lot of work. I'm going to start working on some projects that have been sort of hanging around for the last 3 to 4 years that I'm finally going to get into. And I'm very, very excited and I can't wait to get them out and about. So also teaching as well. So I've got some courses coming up in August. So please keep your eyes and ears peeled to my Facebook page, Jordie Jane Psychic Medium. So so it was really interesting watching, being the observer of people's behavior over the weekend. It was quite eye-opening and beautiful to see that there is some beautiful people out there doing the work that I do, really connecting, really honing in their skills. And it's been absolutely amazing to see friends I haven't seen for so long. It was really, really nice. So, so I'm, with no further ado, because I haven't really got much to say. I have got the cards in my hand, but I'm actually going to put them aside now because I've got a beautiful listener on the phone, Helen from Buffalo, New York. Hi, Helen. How are you?
Okay, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Thank you so much for allowing me to connect with you today. I work
Oh, you're
psychically with
welcome.
what's going on around you, a mediumship play, which is connecting with loved ones. How would you like me to work for you today? A bit of both, one over the other? How would you like me to work?
What do you mean? How do I want to work? Like maybe contact a loved one?
Yeah, loved ones? You want me to connect
Yes,
mediumshiply? Yeah?
yes.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So let me just blend, Helen. So if I ask you a question, if it makes sense, just say yes, no, I'm unsure. Don't give me a lot of information, okay?
Okay,
Thank you. Okay, so Helen, I've got a lady stepping forward, and as I blend with her energy, she wants to give you a massive hug. Now, I feel as I blend with this hug, I know this is a time of comfort for you. So I do feel as she's coming through, she just wants to give you that little bit of extra comfort. Now, also with this beautiful lady, I want to call mum, but it may not be mum. It might be a mum that would be like a mum to you. But as she steps
okay.
forward, she's actually making my lungs, like my heart and my lungs, feel quite strained. So I don't know if there was issues around that towards her passing, but I also
Oh,
feel like
she
she
had
was.
breast cancer.
Oh, thank you. Now, with this lady, I know that she is a bit sassy. I know that she's got some really awesome, like I wouldn't mess with her. I wouldn't step on her toes, but I know she's got the gentle soul. Would you understand this?
Okay.
Does that make sense to you, darling?
But that she's understanding? Well, I guess she would
Yeah.
be understanding.
Yeah, okay, but she's quite sassy though. She would not mix her words. Would you understand? Would this lady be
Yes.
mum or like a mum, like a grandmother on mum's side?
Well, you know something? My grandma had breast cancer too, so it could be my grandma too.
Okay, but would you understand the lady that I have would be mum? Because I just feel like I've
Yes.
got mum.
Okay.
Okay. And with mum, she wants to give you a hug, but I feel like sometimes she wasn't a hugger. Would you understand this? But I feel like she would
No,
hug and give you support.
no, she wouldn't give hugs, and she wasn't supportive. No.
Oh, okay. Well, she wants to do this now. I do feel like there was a bit of healing that she's done over the other side, and I feel like it. I just feel like I want to go. I keep hearing mum, so I know this is mum. I know
Okay.
that you've been going through. She keeps talking about that you need to start using your voice again because you've stopped using your voice. She's talking about over the last week with work or with things going on you are not using your voice, you're not speaking your truth, or you're not um, being the voice that you would normally be. Because she's telling me that you've definitely got a good, strong head on your shoulders and a good voice, but you're not using it at the moment. And I just want to leave you with that. Does that make sense to you,
Okay.
darling?
Yes.
Thank you. Now, also, as she steps forward, she goes, "I'm really glad that you're not walking in my shoes." So, would you understand that?
Well, maybe because she had breast cancer and I don't have breast cancer. I don't
Yeah,
know.
and
She's good.
And I also want to say that you are not your mum. So she wants to acknowledge that I'm really glad you're not me because of who you are. You're a very strong lady and you're very determined, but you're also very caring and loving. Does that make sense to you?
Yes. I mean, there's times I felt like I was being like her, but I guess not. Then if she says
She's
I'm not
telling
like
me
her,
that you're
okay.
not. Now, is there three or four? Are you one of three children or four? Because she wants to go
There was
three.
five of us.
Okay. Is
That
there three
yeah.
girls?
Yes.
Thank you. Because she's telling me one of three. Now, also, as she steps forward, she wants to say those recipe books need to be looked at or need to be. I don't know if you got recipe books from her. I've got a funny feeling I've got grandmother and mum together and I need to separate them. But I just feel like I want to talk about recipe books and how they should be coming out to um, bring in. I don't know if there was a certain recipe with certain spices or certain rubs, but I need to talk about this. I also want to talk
Okay.
about you being you being very healthy and you going out and doing those trips and holidays that she was never able to do. Would you understand this, Helen?
Oh yes. Yes. She didn't really have a life. Yes, I know that.
Thank you, because she's telling me that you're doing it now and that she's really happy that you're doing this. Now, do you have two children? She's talking about two children around you.
I have five children altogether.
Okay. Is there two that are quite close to you or still living with you, or there's something about two that she wants to acknowledge that are bringing in more of your concern or more of your sort of awareness? There's something around that with you. So can
Well,
I leave that with
I
you?
have two sons. One's in jail, and then I have another son, and I worry about them. You know.
Okay, cool. Because she just wants to say they have got their own minds, and you need to know that that one, they're both going to be okay. But you are really, don't allow yourself to be too overwhelmed or too overtaken by their energy, if that makes sense. So I just feel like I want to say that to
Yes.
you. Now,
Yes, that's
also,
true.
as mum steps in, she's also talking about dad, and she's also talking about how is dad still here?
What was it?
Is your dad still here in the living?
Oh no. Oh no. My dad passed away in 2010.
Okay, because she's just talking about dad's here. So I've got a funny feeling it was because dad's over there with her. And it's really interesting because if I've got him with me, he's not the gentle. I want to say he's a gentle soul, and I feel like I want to go. He would speak when he needed to speak, but not normally. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Thank you. I feel like mum is the voice of the household. I really do. But she's just wanting to let you know that she, even though she wasn't close or there was no comfort from this side when she was here, she's actually looking after you from the other side. And she's looking down at you saying, it's okay, I've got you as well. So she's just wanting to give you a bit of a pep up. But there's really important, I feel like she leaves signs around and you curse her sometimes when she does. But she's talking about ribboned bows or bows that are made out of ribbon that are flat. And I feel like they're either connected to or were connected to either photo frames or tissue boxes or something. I just want to acknowledge the bows made out of ribbon. And she's also saying, make sure you make sure you do your hobbies, because doing something that you love is really important for you, Helen. So you need to do that. But I just want to say, can I leave that with you, darling? I'm running out of time. But your mum is there. She just wants to give you a hug of comfort. So may I leave that with you, darling?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. No, thank you, Helen. Thank you for taking my call. Have a lovely day, everyone. Have a lovely week. Blessings and hugs. Enjoy the summer solstice that's coming up for you guys. We're in winter solstice and it's bitter cold. Look after you, and I will see you next week. Blessings and hugs. Bye for now.